And I'm to say to people that you ought to lift yourself by your own bootstraps. But it is a cruel jest to say to a bootless man that he ought to lift himself by his own bootstraps. And the fact is that millions of Negroes, as a result of centuries of denial and neglect.
And when I speak, I don't speak as a Democrat or a Republican. I speak as a victim of America's so-called democracy. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy.
Martin or Malcolm. Martin spoke of a dream. Malcolm, a nightmare.
I don't see any American dream. I see an American nightmare.
But both messages in that season were potent. In the media's air, some believed Martin, others the X. But only history unveiled what would happen next. The media begrudgingly favored Martin over Malcolm, as Martin was charismatic and X a little brash. Martin spoke of freedom, but Malcolm could speak the truth, as he also spoke trash.
This is a prime example of the devil's chickens coming back home to roost.
In the beginning, X was typically brainwashed and wore a do. But after a stint in prison, Malcolm's eyes were opened too. He was honest and spoke words that he thought to be true. But after visiting Mecca, he found something new. Both Martin and Malcolm said the same thing. Their messages appeared different, but only by name. The powers that be would selectively use words to appear honest, but were designed to befuddle and confuse. The people oppressed were wise to their game, so their rivals placed many obstacles before them to deflect and defend. They exaggerated and bragged about their wisdom and culture, but never from whence it come, as they believed spoil to the victors was the way things were done. X and King were both wise, for they knew that their wisdom did not come as they pleased, but was extracted from the motherland by a man named Socrates.
One day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Martin and Malcolm used such wisdom that even most of their followers could not see, that they were talking to people that their followers foolishly wanted to be. They both understood that most of their people lived in a world of delusion, and at that time was difficult for them to make sound conclusions. If we once more must choose, then who will it be? The king spoke of a dream for which we all could sleep at night. We thought it was over, yet we still must fight. But this time we are wiser and will judge others by actions and deeds. And it's truly worth noting that now China is now recognizing the world's needs.
Over the last several decades, China has been pumping resources into Africa.
Even after 350 years of slavery, it may be difficult to understand why we fought for, defended, and cherished this land. Few can love America as much as we do. We have borne the mark of oppression all the way through. There were never times when our deals came through. We were always the caboose on the train, and everyone knew. We lived in our heads instead of believing the lies of their golden rule. They even told a lie about 40 acres and some views. Even people that have lived here for eons were marked and scored as if they were peons. So some are now deliberating, what shall it be? Live in a country ruled by law and order, or some idiots need it? China is showing love to people of all colors worldwide, and some are seriously taking note. Why are so many people saying, what difference does it make? where one lives if he does not have the right to vote. The right to vote. Just John.
Now the future is unclear for the Freedom to Vote Act and the Don Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act. Both bills were passed by the House yesterday, but in the Senate, Democrats Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema have already said they will not support changing the filibuster rules. So Democrats.
11 o'clock on a Sunday morning when we stand to sing, in Christ there is no east nor west. We stand in the most segregated hour of America. The hour has come for everybody, for all institutions, the public sector and the private sector, work to get rid of racism. If we're to do it, we must honestly admit certain things and get rid of certain myths that have constantly been disseminated all over our nation. One is the myth of time. It is a notion that only time can solve the problem of racial injustice. And there are those who often sincerely say to the Negro and his allies in the white community, why don't you slow up? Stop pushing things so fast. Only time can solve the problem. And if you will just be nice and patient and continue to pray, in 100 or 200 years, the problem will work itself out.
Don't in any way encourage black people to go out and initiate acts of aggression indiscriminately against whites. But I do believe that the black man in the United States and any human being, anywhere, is well within his right to do whatever is necessary by any means necessary to protect his life and property, especially in a country where the federal government itself has proven that it is either unable or unwilling to protect the lives and property of those human beings.
Well, Mr. X, I guess I call you that. Is that the proper appellation? Yes. Mr. X? I'm wondering if you still believe, as I think you certainly did at the time you were allied with the Black Muslim movement, in a segregated black nation in North America.
I don't believe in any form of segregation or any form of racism. I'm against any form of segregation and against racism.
You know this bastard prison of theirs won't hold me forever. The war is still coming, Charles, and I intend to fight it. By any means necessary. And I will always be there. Old friend.
Age of Mentality.